Now to a Western Mass News exclusive story out of Ukraine. An Agawam man is currently on the ground there, making sure families are safe and receiving emergency supplies. Western Mass News reporter Briseida Landaverde spoke to him just this morning. She joins us live now in studio with his story. Briseida?
Yeah, well, Jordan, Ivan Vilkahoy, an Agawam resident, was in Kharkiv this morning when he spoke, and he is currently helping people flee the country as well as providing families with food and emergency items. Now, Ivan says every day he sees pain and anguish from the people of Ukraine who are scared of the ongoing war. This is Ivan Vilkahoy, an Agawam resident in Kharkiv, Ukraine, on Tuesday. Western Mass News spoke to Ivan over Zoom. He showed us his van filled with bread and emergency supplies to help people in Ukraine as the war with Russia nears its 14th day.
He's putting himself in a lot of danger for sure.
His nephew, David Vilkahoy, translating for us, says Ivan has been in Ukraine for over 3 months through the Almsgiving Foundation doing volunteer work for those in need.
A lot of programs for kids, feeding them, going to their villages, also bringing supplies like non-perishable foods, and just doing kind of like faith services, worship services for them.
David says Ivan plans to stay in Ukraine until there is a resolution and has no plans of coming back to Western Mass at this time.
Even though his family is here in the States and they're safe, but for him, it's very hard to just leave behind when he knows there's women and children who are in life-threatening situations.
Ivan describing those dire situations to us.
When they show up to a lot of these basements, the women and children are just grabbing onto them, asking them to please get them out of this.
David says Ivan is focused on bringing food and emergency supplies to families, as well as helping people cross the border to neighboring countries.
They've got vans that go to pick up women and children and bring them to Poland, to the border, so that they can kind of get away from everything.
Now, coming up at 6, we hear from a West Springfield native who traveled to Romania and then Ukraine to make sure his fiancée got out of the country safely. For now, live in studio, Briseida Landaverde, Western Mass News.